Karnataka rocked by scams. Serial scams haunt Sidhu Sarkara. BJP ups the ante, demands CM's resignation.
There is the involvement of Chief Minister in Valmiki scam also, Valmiki board scam also.
BJP stages night-long stir at Assembly.
A judicial inquiry has been ordered. That doesn't prevent the House from discussing this relevant issue because the House has got all the right to discuss about the Muda.
Congress hits back with BJP-era scams.
All MLAs, ministers, including Yediyurappa and Bommai time regime, all these things has happened. It has been come out. The investigation will go on. We don't want to intervene with the investigation.
Scam versus scam in Karnataka. Top focus on 5 Live.
It's scam season in Karnataka. Politics has taken over. Huge optics with the BJP spending the night in the Vidhana Saudha. We'll tell you what the reality is. A big face-off coming up right here on India Today. I'm Shiv. This is 5 Live. It's scam versus scam in Karnataka. The Siddaramaiah government, which had come to power handsomely last year, has spent 15 months in power and is now navigating its first big political turbulence in the form of a series of allegations of scams. Whether it is the Muda scam, whether it is the Valmiki fund scam, whether it is a fresh scam that is being levelled against the Siddaramaiah government, it seems that the government in Karnataka is finding itself embroiled in a chain reaction of allegations of corruption. Many of these scams have a common thread where the BJP, which is in the opposition now in Karnataka, alleges that most of these scams have been mounted in order to meet the election promises that the Congress party had made to voters in order to come to power in 2023. The BJP has upped the ante not only with a series of allegations, whether it is Muda or Valmiki, but has also taken its fight to the streets, spending the night in the Vidhana Saudha yesterday, protesting outside the assembly today, and basically sending out a signal that it does not plan to take the heat off the Siddaramaiah government. But things have gotten interesting now, and it has turned into scams versus scam. The Siddaramaiah government, which has tried to divert away from the series of allegations against it, has now dropped its own scam bombshell on the BJP, pointing a finger and opening an investigation into a scam that it alleges was conducted under the erstwhile BJP government. So game on in Karnataka. It is Scam Nataka once again. It's a familiar time, and this is what we're going to be debating right here on 5 Live. But I first want to show you some live pictures coming in from outside the Vidhana Saudha. These are the pictures coming in from outside the assembly. B.Y. Vijendra, who's the state BJP president, is there. You can see our reporter Sagai Raj right out there in front. He's reporting from there. We'll go to him in just a moment from now. These are live pictures as the heat on Scam Nataka escalates in Karnataka. Let's just cut across to Sagai Raj. He's live with us. He's right there, covering the protest. Sagai, what's going on? We can see Vijendra and other senior BJP leaders there.
Absolutely, you can see top BJP leaders from state BJP President B.Y. Vijendra, opposition party leader R. Ashok, former minister and MLA C.T. Ravi, former minister Prabodh Chauhan, MLC Chalwadadi Nayasamy are marching towards Raj Bhavan to submit a memorandum with the governor on the series of scams alleged by the BJP against Karnataka Congress government. Remember, they had protested overnight demanding that there should be a CBI inquiry in Muda scam, and today they are taking out a protest march towards Raj Bhavan after Karnataka Assembly session was signed. Let us speak to a few of them. Sir, So they are refusing to talk to us. Let us speak to some other MLAs over here, what they have to say, what is their demand after protesting, why are they marching towards Raj Bhavan. Let us speak to the MLAs and leaders, what they have to say. Yes, you can see all the MLAs and top leaders of BJP are marching towards Raj Bhavan, demanding that the Karnataka government should hand over the case to CBI. Sir, what is the demand? Why are you taking a march today after protesting overnight?
See, last day, whole night we were in the Vidhana Sabha because we are protesting. Today we are going to governor to submit the thing that what the corruption has done by the CM and his team. So we want the clear-cut demand now.
Sir, if you notice, even the Congress is alleging that there were series of scams when BJP was in power. There are 21 cases where Karnataka government is contemplating to order inquiry. Few cases is already been inquired, including Booby and a few other cases. How do you see it? Scam versus scam?
See, they are in the power now. They can do whatever the investigation they can do, whatever the scam. So we want, this is very clear cut. Every day one new scams are coming out. So we want, our demand is to go for a CBI inquiry for that.
Okay. Sir, what is the demand? क्या डिमांड है आपका? क्यों आप प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे हो? कल रातपुरा आपने जगह था, अदर प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे थे, अभी क्यों मार्च कर रहे हो?
अभी तो इतना तो फिलहाल बहुत क्लियर हो चुका है। वाल्मीकि हगरण और जो मुडा हगरण दोनों में भी कांग्रेस पार्टी का इन्वॉल्वमेंट बहुत क्लियर हो चुका है। इसके लिए हम मुख्यमंत्री जी का रेजिग्नेशन मांग रहे हैं। अभी हम गवर्नर के पास जा रहे हैं, हम उधर भी हम वही मांग रखेंगे और मुडा के लिए भी सीबीआई इंक्वायरी होना चाहिए, ये तो हमारा मांग है।
मगर कांग्रेस भी अलर्ज कर रहा है आपके ऊपर भी बहुत ज्यादा स्कैम है, उन्होंने भी सीआईडी इंक्वायरी ऑर्डर किया है। ये आपको लग रहा है स्कैम वर्सेस स्कैम दोनों पार्टी क्लीन नहीं है?
देखिए, अगर स्कैम है तो आपका गवर्नमेंट है, सिद्धरामैया का गवर्नमेंट है, कांग्रेस पार्टी का गवर्नमेंट है, 1.5 साल से वो सत्ता चला रहे, इतने में निकालना चाहिए था ना। अगर आपके पास कुछ है तो ये तो रिवेंज पॉलिटिक्स करने के लिए सिद्धरामैया जी खड़ा है, लेकिन ये कुछ होने वाला नहीं है। अगर हम वो भी बताते, अगर हमारा पार्टी का भी कुछ भी है तो उसको भी सीबीआई दे दीजिए, देखेंगे क्या दूध का दूध और पानी का पानी हो जाएगा।
अभी देखा तो कुछ नहीं हो रहा है। आपने डिमांड किया था सीबीआई इंक्वायरी, आपने डिमांड किया था रेजिग्नेशन चीफ मिनिस्टर का, मगर अभी कुछ नहीं हो रहा है। क्या करेंगे इसके बाद?
देखिए, अभी हमारा पार्टी का नेतृत्व 28 को हमारा मीटिंग बुलाया है, मीटिंग में उससे सबके बारे में तय होगा और आगे आने वाले, हम तो इतना दिन सदन में प्रोटेस्ट किया है, अभी रोड के ऊपर आएंगे हम, उधर भी प्रोटेस्ट हो जाएगा पार्टी की तरफ से।
These are the demands of BJP and JDS leader. Remember, even the JDS leaders have joined the party where they are marching towards Governor House along with the BJP leaders, demanding that there should be a CBI inquiry in the Mooda's case and Chief Minister should tender his resignation in connection with this scam.
Sagai, keep reporting and I will come back to you in just a short while. Live report there with Sagai Raj, the BJP leadership in Karnataka, protesting against what they say are a series of scams. Remember, to make it clear, these are allegations that are being leveled by the BJP, which is calling for a CBI inquiry into these scams. Take a look at this report now that details the series of scams that have piled up in the form of allegations against the Siddaramaiah government.
The scam heat is rising on Siddaramaiah government in Karnataka. BJP MLAs staged an overnight sleep-in protest inside the assembly. The focus glared on Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, who has come under scanner over a series of scams. The scam war reverberated inside the assembly again as BJP went on an offensive, protesting with placards.
A judicial inquiry has been ordered. That doesn't prevent the House from discussing this relevant issue, because the House has got all the right to discuss about the Muda. It has got wider ramification, and the entire state was looking up to the assembly for the members to discuss about this present issue, what has really gone wrong, how the government has faulted, how the government has misused and abused the powers and how it has not been accountable with regard to the Muda, how a Dalit land has been upspurred and looted by the, it has been alleged against the Chief Minister.
The BJP is now planning a 150-kilometer long Padyatra from Bengaluru to Mysuru to register its protest.
एससी समुदाय के उन्नतीकरण के लिए जो हमने पैसा रखने का बोर्ड में एक व्यवस्था है, कर्नाटक सरकार ने इसका पूरा दुरुपयोग किया है। सिंस इट वाज ए मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग केस, तब ईडी के ऊपर ही एफआईआर करते हैं। एंड मिनिस्टर इन वाल्मीकि स्कैम आल्सो।
The Congress has rubbished the BJP charges, calling them politically motivated.
This is nothing but a political drama. They have made some political strategy to take Padyatra to Mysore. As a step towards that, they are making this, not because that they wanted to do discussion. If they were very keen in discussion, they should have used them.
No, it's a great weather to walk, no doubt. They should do it. It's them to put forth all the documents ahead and then do the Padyatra.
The Sidhu government is facing ED probe over multi-crore Valmiki scam, which involves illegal routing of tribal welfare funds, where ex-minister B. Nagendra is the key accused. Opposition BJP is also piling the heat over dubious land deal allegedly by Siddaramaia's wife Parvati under the Muda scam. BJP also claims illegal allocation of 600 crore rupees to Karnataka State Habitat Centre, a private entity, by senior minister breaching all transparency laws. With Sagai Raj in Bengaluru, Bureau Report, India Today.
And now for the counter-attack from the Congress government in Karnataka. With all these scam allegations, one after the other, the Muda scam, the Valmiki scam, another scam being alleged on the Congress government, the Congress has hit back saying they're opening an inquiry into a BJP-era scam in Karnataka. Take a look.
It's a scam versus scam political war that is exploding in the state of Karnataka. Under fire, the Siddaramaiah Sarkara has hit back at the BJP by starting criminal investigation into alleged Bovi Development Corporation scam. The Congress claimed the alleged scam occurred in 2021-22 and that it involved bureaucrats and middlemen swindling large shares of loans under a job scheme for Bovi community members.
We'll look into all the scams which they have made. Possibly in future, in due course of time, you'll come to know.
The Bovi Development Corporation was to lend up to 10 lakh rupees loans, but no beneficiary allegedly received more than 30,000 rupees. The irregularities came to light in 2022 when banks asked beneficiaries to repay the original amount. The Karnataka CID has identified 10 primary bank accounts that allegedly received the embezzled money. According to CID, some of these accounts belong to private companies.
We welcome all kind of inquiries into all kind of scams. That is the role of government. Let them arrest all the people, but it doesn't make them escape from the current scam, which is the scam of all the scams. That's a 4,000 crores Muda scam where Siddaramaiah and his family is involved. Mr. Siddaramaiah's career political career will end with this scam.
The first arrest in the alleged Bovi scam was made on Thursday. 3 FIRs have also been filed in connection with the case. With Sagai Raj in Bengaluru, Bureau Report, India Today.
And joining me live from Bengaluru this evening, Surabhi Hodigere, spokesperson of the Karnataka BJP. Ravi Kumar is a political analyst. He speaks against the BJP in this. The Congress, of course, has refused to join the debate. Surabhi, coming quickly to you first. The BJP, raising the stakes on a series of scams that the party alleges that the Congress government has indulged in. As we speak, your leaders are marching to the Raj Bhavan to demand a CBI inquiry. Tell us why you think a CBI inquiry is necessary into the scams that your party is alleging that the Siddaramaiah government is responsible for.
Absolutely, Shiv. I think even before that, I take great offense to Karnataka being called Scam Nataka. It's not Karnataka. It is the Congress scam Bhagya, the Congress scam guarantee that we are seeing today. The matter of the fact here is that the Congress party, since the last 15 months, made it very clear that we have certain priorities, which include ensuring that we are an ATM for the rest of the Congress in the rest of the country, and ensuring that Karnataka's money is swindled off. This is what happened in the Valmiki scam, where the CM himself on the floor of the House accepted that there has been this swindling of money from Karnataka to Hyderabad. This is money meant for one of the marginalized communities here in Karnataka, the ST community. And this sort of scam that has happened exactly before the election. Money went to fake accounts in Hyderabad. So look at the severity of the situation, that this would not have even have come out if the person who committed suicide, unfortunately committed suicide, he named the minister's pressure in his letter. That's why this scam came out. After that, it's been like a block of dominoes that every day we're hearing about some Nigam Mandali, some issue in a ministry where there has been money made in order to finance the Congress and everywhere else in the country. The reason we're asking for a CBI scam. Now this Muda scam in particular, which goes up to 5,000 crores, which is, and what is the point about CM Siddaramaiah is that he has always said, I am above all this. I am untouched. I'm not somebody you can touch with respect to these allegations. He's always held that with a great amount of pride. So the fact that he himself personally has benefited from corruption has become the big point of conversation here in Karnataka. There is a clear trail. If you look at the series of events, the chronology, if you look at, there is a clear trail that shows that the CM has benefited from some amount of, some sort of corruption issue, which is very visible in the fact that he has gotten sites of compensation in a upscale neighborhood like Jayanagar when he has sold a land somewhere in Ramnagar or Chikballapura. So this is the level of corruption that we are looking at. There has already been an SIT formed, say in the Valmiki case. It took them a week or so to even invite the minister who was resigned for questioning. We are not saying that the state police is not capable, but we understand that the pressures of having to investigate your own chief minister.
So the merits of these allegations of each one of these scams, whether it is Muda or the Valmiki scam, will finally be, gone into by the investigating agencies and finally the courts if it reaches there. But Ravi, I want to bring you in on this because the Siddaramaiah government, came to power handsomely last year. I covered the election as well. And corruption was one of the big issues. PCM was a very, very effective campaign. It successfully sort of labeled the BJP incumbent government as not being clean, etc. It seems this particular series of scam allegations is the first corruption-related turbulence that the Siddaramaiah government is facing, and it's gaining some traction. Ravi.
Yeah. Thank you. So am I audible?
Yes, Ravi, go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, Ravi, you're audible. Go ahead.
Okay. As you rightly said, the Congress government came to power because of the corruption by the earliest as well BJP government. And now, specific to this Muda case, the Valmiki, and also the Bovi community scams that are involved. Now, here the government stand is while the judicial inquiry is on, investigation is on, whoever is the culprit will be, again, the action will be taken against the culprit. Having said this, also you'll have to look at, because in this scam, it's not only from the allegations against the current chief minister, but the earlier chief ministers of BJP and another JDS coalition party. So it's a scam involving the politicians across the party lines. So
No, but it's
now
the Congress
these,
government in power, surely, Ravi. It's the Congress government in power right now, and the counter strike where they've alleged a scam under the BJP appears to be because of the allegations that have piled up against them now. It's all very well to say scams on both sides, etc., but it is the Congress government in power right now.
Very true. Yeah, you rightly said. And that is why, and also this scam, who had approved this scam, the so-called scam of Siddaramaiah, this was when BJP was in power. Again, depending on the merit of this case and while the judicial inquiry is on, the investigation will have to get into the details. It's not much more than 4,000 because all the politicians across party lines are involved in this, and it's a shame. And also, talking about the Valmiki, I think the SIT is already on, and I think the politicians will have to wait for the investigation report. And also, likewise, series of scams which the Congress was talking about while the BJP was in power. I think it's a high time they stand by what they had committed, that they will look into every irregularity, be it the COVID scam or the other scams that has occurred in the previous.
But Ravi, I agree with your point. You know, you're saying that there are various scams that have come to light over a period of time, and they should all be investigated. But can we dilute the current allegations that are being made by the opposition about the incumbent? Surabhi, you want to come in? Then I'll come back to Ravi. He says that there are various other scams as well across party lines. How would you respond to that, Surabhi?
Let me tell you, being a BJP Karnataka Karyakarta here, the Congress party, when in power, is extremely vengeful. This we are seeing with the fact that if you allege anything against them, if you bring up any issue, they will say, we will do this, we will do that. You saw the Karnataka MLAs, BJP MLAs say this, which is that if you really want to do an investigation, go ahead. Everybody who has done has done any sort of corruption should be punished. The 40% Sarkara, the political consultants cooked up campaign that ran in Karnataka, there was a one-man commission that was set up, an inquiry was set up, and 30 days was given. The High Court has reprimanded that commission saying, why have you not given us substantial proof? And this same Contractors Association, which alleged that, came out and said many other things about the Congress government as well. This is the Congress government that, when put under any sort of microscopic investigation, will say that we'll threaten, will talk vengefully. That is the sort of Congress that we are seeing here in Karnataka. If you really want to look at the issues of the people, the price hikes, stamp duty, milk prices, even consideration on cess on entertainment. You spoke about this in your previous report, Shiv, which is the farmer suicides, increased farmer distress, floods in certain parts of Karnataka. None of these issues are being looked at without any sort of consideration. In fact, dengue, when it happened here in Bengaluru, before the BJP Karnataka fought on the streets for dengue to be taken seriously, the minister was actually some sort of a swimming competition. This is the level of politics we're seeing here in Karnataka, where people are being completely ignored. And not to mention my last point, which is that the Congress is on a weak footing because they have an internal squabble. That is something that's going to come up back to the surface in just a few months. There is a DCM and a CM fighting for the CM's chair. All of this means that the people of Karnataka
we'll talk about the squabbles. The squabbles, at least for the moment, they don't concern us. That can be something between your parties. But Ravi, since you mentioned all of those other scams, let me categorically say here that every scam needs to be investigated. There is no question about it. Even the Dhobi scam or whatever it is that the Siddaramaiah government is now alleging on the BJP, that should also be investigated. But the point is, the BJP is saying investigate whatever you want to. The Congress party is in power. They can investigate whatever they want to. But there has to be a fair investigation into the allegations of a scam by the incumbent Congress government. It's not the same thing, Ravi.
No. I think the Congress is already ordered for a judicial inquiry. SIT is formed, and it's not like BJP can't dictate that, they will investigate because...
But Ravi, I hate interrupting. I apologize for interrupting, and I promise I won't interrupt you again. I'm just saying that the BJP says the Muda scam, they allege that there are links directly with the Chief Minister, and therefore, no matter what the SIT is, it cannot be a fair inquiry. That is the allegation here, that it has to go outside.
It's a judicial inquiry, and also BJP has every try to again reach out to the court, because if they respect the law of the land, so they have every right to go to the courts. And so in that aspect, like government has already initiated the judicial inquiry, which will be headed by a judiciary. It's not like a political person; it's a non-political person. And so, depending on the merit of the evidence, the verdict will be out. And also, as you said, like all these scams which the Congress called out during the campaigning, and that's where people rejected the BJP in the state. So now it's high time Congress gets into action and act again, like against those scams which they made during their campaigning. Now it's because the people of the state, what they look at is a clean, efficient, non-corrupt government. So
no, that is the reason. That is the reason why these allegations are currently damaging. And Surabhi, I want to turn that question on its head as well, which is that, your leaders are asking for a CBI inquiry, but a judicial inquiry has been ordered. Why aren't you happy with that? Why aren't you happy with an SIT or a judicial inquiry? Why can't the BJP be patient and let that play out?
The fact here is that the CM, it's not an allegation that the CM himself is involved. There's paper trail. This is CM who has received the property. The fact that his wife, his spouse has received property disproportionate to what she sold is a big question. And he was always in a constitutional post, Shiv, whether it was during the BJP time that certain transfers happened or not, he was always a leader of opposition. He was a deputy chief minister. Therefore, given who we are investigating, given the murkiness of the entire situation, the CBI is better placed to investigate this sort of a scam. We said, yes, there should be a first level judicial inquiry put in place, but on top of it, there must be a CBI inquiry because we are seeing the lapses in investigation in the Valmiki scam. The Valmiki scam has the SIT that is investigating the criminal part and the CBI that's investigating the financial irregularities. But our point of view over here is that because they are a government in power and because there was also allegations on certain ministers that they were suppressing evidence, that sort of protection to witnesses, ensuring that witnesses are protected, ensuring that there was proper investigation will happen only if CBI is involved. This is our ask. That it needs to be thorough investigation.
Ravi, the Siddaramaiah, the chief minister, has always managed to, stay above these allegations of scams, at least so far. And, even when it comes to the Valmiki case, he has put forward a defense that is being investigated right now. Okay, we've lost that link, I think, with Ravi Kumar. We'll try and establish that. So let me go to Surabhi in the meanwhile. Surabhi, the chief minister himself, has put forward his defense and said that, the allegations that you've made, he's basically said there's nothing wrong with those. Okay, Surabhi, apologies. We've got Ravi back with us. Ravi, if you heard my question, you can take that this is right at the chief minister's door. It's not the Congress government in general. The Muda scam allegations are at the chief minister's door. So far, he's managed to stay above all these allegations, has a very clean image, as far as the election campaign and how he came to power is concerned. This time, he has very little elbow room. He has to engage directly because the Muda scam allegations pertain to him and his family.
Yeah. So, as you rightly said, it's the chief minister of the state, and I think even the government and the Congress party has made it very clear. Let's wait for the judicial inquiry report. Once that report is on, so we can have a discussion, and irrespective of the affiliation or the position, the party will take appropriate action. Likewise, the corruption charges against the erstwhile BJP government also will have to be investigated and tabled on the floor of the House for further discussion. And action should be taken against all the corrupt politicians across party line. And Congress has never said they never shied away that, we don't want to discuss. Now the judicial inquiry is on, investigation is on. What is the point in BJP now going on a...
No, but Ravi, I have to ask a counter question to that. The public in Karnataka will want to ask the Congress government this scam that the Congress government is now alleging or has opened an investigation, on the BJP's term, they will ask, why didn't you open this investigation earlier? Why have you only opened this investigation now when all these allegations of scams comes against you? That looks like vendetta. That looks like, choosing to hit at the right time.
No, it's not vendetta. The Congress came to power because of the corruption of BJP, and that was one of their political thing. And so now it is time Congress stands by the promises they had made during the campaigning, saying all the corruption charges against BJP.
Okay, final question, Surabhi. Surabhi, Ravi says, let the SIT do its job. Depending on what the findings are, the next step can be taken. There can be a discussion in the assembly, etc. Why is the BJP not okay with that?
I will give you two answers for both big scams that are happening. The Valmiki scam absolutely deserves a CBI inquiry on the criminal component as well, because of the nature of the crime, because crime has happened across different states. That deserves a CBI inquiry, a better coordination with them. The second one, which is the Muda scam, the request for a CBI inquiry is not coming just from the BJP. It's coming from people on ground. It's coming from people in Mysuru, activists in Mysuru, who are saying that proper investigation will not take place because of the hold Siddaramaia's government and Siddaramaiah himself has in these areas. So in order to have a fair, transparent, accountable inquiry, we need a larger agency, more capable agency to take over. That is not to say that the SIT is not doing their job, but the judicial inquiry is not processing. Let it happen. Let the CBI inquiry happen as well. This is what we are demanding, and this is what I think will lead to the best possible case, given that the Chief Minister himself, there are big allegations leveled against him.
Okay, I'm completely out of time. Surabhi and Ravi, thank you very much for your time on this debate. Remember that we will continue to ask the questions on both sides, and we will continue to focus on the scams that are being alleged from both sides, because on India Today, Karnataka politics, what's happening in Karnataka is a big priority for us, and we will continue to report all of these big political issues there. Thanks very much to our guests for joining me on this.